नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तमलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। Chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita. Adhyaya 4. Adhyaya 3 was called Karma Yoga. It dealt with karma, the significance of performing vihita karmas with the proper attitude. Now chapter 4 is called Jnana Yoga. It talks about the importance of jnana. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. There is no greater purifier than jnana. This statement is found in chapter 4. And then Krishna describes how to get jnana. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparas sanyatendriyaha jnanam labdhva param shantim achirenadhigacchati ityadi. The greatness of jnana and the means to attain jnana, it is discussed in chapter 4, in addition to many other things. Therefore, chapter 4 is aptly called Jnana Yoga. Now, Sambandha. We will read Sambandha Bhashya. Yoyam yogaha adhyayadvayena uktaha jnananishta lakshanaha sasanyasaha karmayogopayaha yasmin vedarthaha परिसमाप्तः प्रवृत्तिलक्षणः निवृत्तिलक्षणश्च गीतासु च सर्वासु अयमेव योगः विवक्षितः भगवता. So, Bhashyakara is summing up the teaching of the previous chapters. Chapter 1 does not have a teaching. It is problem. Problem means Arjuna Vishada. Chapter 2 and chapter 3 consisted of teaching. What was taught in those two chapters? Two types of dharma were discussed. Pravritti Lakshana and Nivritti Lakshana. Pravritti Lakshano Dharma, which consists of Karma Yoga, and Nivritti Lakshano Dharma, which consists of the pursuit of Jnana, Jnana Yoga. They were discussed in the previous two chapters, both Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. And Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga culminate in Jnana Nishtha, getting established in Atmajnana. It is the goal of a mumukshu. And the Jnana Nishtha is called Yogaha, as we have seen in Kathopanishad also. Yesterday, the Jnana Nishtha is called Yoga. Yoyam Yogaha, the Yoga, Adhyayadvayena Uktaha. So, it can be called Yoga because of various reasons. One is Viruddha Lakshana, Viyoga, therefore Yoga. Or Yuja Samadhau, it involves focus. Or it can also be called Yoga because it is a means for moksha, the direct means for moksha. Yujyate anena paramapurusharthena iti yogaha. That which associates a person with the paramapurushartha, with moksha. Adhyayadvayena uktaha. It is told in the previous two adhyayas. Taught in the previous two adhyayas. Jnananishtha lakshanaha sasanyasaha. And the yoga is in the form of Jnananishtha, abidance in Jnana. And it is accompanied by sannyasa, karma sannyasa. And it is arrived at by karma yoga upaya, karma yogopayaha, bahuvrihi samasa, karma yogaha upayaha yasya saha karma yogopayaha. The means to arrive at the Jnana Nishtha is Karma Yoga. Yasmin Vedarthaha Parisamaptaha. The Vedartha, the teaching of Veda, which consists of both Pravritti Lakshana Dharma and Nivritti Lakshana Dharma. Pravritti Lakshanaha Nivritti Lakshanascha Vedarthaha. Yasmin Parisamaptaha. It culminates in Jnana Nishtha. and it is the teaching of the previous two chapters. And not only the topic of the previous two chapters, entire Gita is going to talk about the same thing. The goal of the entire Gita is to arrive at Jnana Nishtha. Gitasu cha sarvasu. In the entire Gita, ayameva yogaha vivakshitaha, the same yoga, the same jnana nishtha is vivakshitaha, is intended. So, the subject matter dealt with in the previous two chapters is going to the theme of the following chapters also. Therefore, Krishna says, we can close. Ataha parisamaptam Vedartham manvanaha tam vamshakathanena stauti Shri Bhagavan. Ataha, therefore, since nothing more is left, Vedartha is completed in the previous two chapters. Parisamaptam Vedartham manvanaha. Considering that Vedartha, the vision of Veda, the teaching of Veda is already completed, is already covered. Therefore, tam vamshakathanena stauti Shri Bhagavan. Bhagavan glorifies the Vedartha which was taught in the previous two chapters by stating the Vamsha. Vamsha means Vidya Vamsha, the lineage of Guru and Shishya. Stating the lineage of Guru and Shishya, Krishna is glorifying the Vidya. He is glorifying the teaching. Krishna will say that this Vidya was revealed by Bhagavan himself in the beginning of Srishti, and then it was received by great sages and great kings, and then it came down through an unbroken lineage of Guru and Shishya, who were all noble kings. By saying so, the Vidya is glorified. This Vidya is not given by any ordinary person. It is given by Bhagavan himself and carried forward by great sages and kings. That is how the Vidya is glorified. Shri Bhagavan Imam vivasvate yogam Proktavanaham avyayam Vivasvan manave praha मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत् इमं योगम, this yoga, this teaching, which is a yoga. Yoga means moksha sadhanam, the means for moksha. And it is avyayam. Avyayam is an adjective of yoga. Imam avyayam yogam. And Bhashyakara will say avyaya phalatvad avyayam. Yoga is avyaya, immutable, because its result is immutable, not limited in time. Imam avyayam yogam aham vivasvate proktavan. I taught this to Vivaswan. Vivasvat shabda. Vivasvate is chaturthi ekavachanam. Aham vivasvate proktavan. I taught this to Vivaswan, to Surya, Aditya, in the beginning of Srishti. Surya Bhagavan, Aditya, received the jnana, the teaching from Vivaswan. From Bhagavan. Vivaswan received from Bhagavan, direct disciple of Bhagavan. Then from Vivaswan, Manu received it. Vivaswan manave praha. Vivaswan taught it to Manu, another great rishi. And Manuhu Ikshvakave abravit. Manu taught it to Ikshvaku. See the Bhashya. Imam adhyayadvayena uktam yogam vivasvate adityaya sargadau प्रोक्तवान् अहं जगत् परिपालयितॄणां क्षत्रियाणां बलाधानाय तेन योगबलेन युक्ताः समर्था भवन्ति ब्रह्म परिरक्षितुं ब्रह्मक्षत्रे परिपालिते जगत् परिपालयितुं अलम् अव्ययम् अव्ययफलत्वात् न हि अस्य योगस्य सम्यक् दर्शन निष्ठालक्षणस्य मोक्षाख्यं फलं व्येति स च विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह मनुः इक्ष्वाकवे स्वपुत्राय आदिराजाय अब्रवीत. Imam yogam, this yoga, adhyayadvayena uktam, which is taught in the two adhyayas, the previous two adhyayas. Vivasvate adityaya, Vivaswan is Aditya. Sargadau Proktavan Aham. I taught in the beginning of Srishti. Sargadau. In the beginning of Srishti. As soon as Aditya was created, I taught it to Aditya. And why it was taught to Aditya? Jagat Paripalayitrinam Kshatriyanam Baladhanaya. For giving strength, Baladhana, for giving strength to the Kshatriyas who sustain the universe. Jagat Paripalayitrinam Kshatriyanam. The Kshatriyas who sustain the world by ruling the world and by protecting the dharma. They sustain the world. They protect the world. That kind of Kshatriyas, to give them strength. The jnana gives a bala. If one does not have jnana, he will have fear, he will have shoka, etc. When he has the jnana, he is free from shoka, he is free from bhaya. Therefore, he will have the mental strength. To give mental strength to the Kshatriyas who are going to rule the world, thereby sustain the world, this knowledge was given to them. And make it available to all the Kshatriyas. First, it was given to Vivaswan, Surya, because Bhagavan knows that from Surya, a Surya Vamsha is going to come. The Kshatriyas who belong to Surya Vamsha, and they will receive this knowledge. So, Kshatriyanam Baladhanaya. And if they have bala of the knowledge, how will they protect the world? Bhashyakara says, Tena yoga balena yuktaha samartha bhavanti brahma parirakshitum. Tena yoga balena yuktaha. Endowed with the yoga bala, the strength produced by the yoga, the strength produced by Atmajnana. Here yoga doesn't mean Shirshasana. Atmajnana. Yoga balena yuktaha samartha bhavanti brahma parirakshitum. They will be capable of protecting the Brahmanas. Brahma means Brahmana. The Kshatriyas will be capable of protecting the Brahmana and their dharma. Brahma Kshatri Paripalite. When the Brahmana and Kshatriya, Brahma means Brahmana, Kshatra means Kshatriya. When these two are paripalita, when these two are protected, then the world also will remain protected. Jagat paripalayitum alam. They are capable of protecting the Jagat, the universe. Alam means samarthaha ityarthaha. They become capable of protecting the universe. Means they will safeguard the dharma. The Brahmana will safeguard the dharma by performing the dharma himself, by leading the life of dharma, as well as by teaching the dharma to others. If a Brahmana follows the dharma and teaches the dharma, then others get dharma from the Brahmana. And also they get inspired to lead the life of a dharma, seeing the Brahmana leading his life. That is how Brahmana contributes to the sustenance of dharma. Whereas a Kshatriya protects the Brahmana and other people from the adharma by destroying the evil forces and by enabling them to perform their dharma through proper governance, by providing security. Therefore, Brahma Kshatriya Paripalite, when Brahmana and Kshatriya are well protected, dharma is protected in the world. And if dharma is protected, Jagat remains protected. The harmony in the universe remains sustained. Avyayam, avyaya phalatvat avyayam, an adjective of yoga. Avyayam yogam. It is avyaya because avyaya phalatvat. Its result is avyaya. Its result is permanent, eternal. Therefore, yoga is called avyayam. Nahi asya yogasya samyak darshana nishtha lakshanasya mokshakhyam phalam vyeti. Asya yogasya phalam, the phala of this yoga. And what is yoga? He reminds again, samyak darshana nishtha lakshanasya. The yoga which is characterized by samyak darshana nishtha, abidance in samyak darshanam, abidance in atmajnana. Mokshakhyam phalam, its phala is moksha. Mokshakhyam phalam na vyeti, it is not subject to change in time. It does not diminish with the time. Once you get moksha, it will remain forever. Because the ajnana, if it is destroyed once, it does not recur. It is not like a coronavirus. First wave, second wave, third wave, you don't know when it will go. But ajnana is not so. Once it is gone for good. Sacha Vivaswan Manave Praha. Vivaswan taught it to Manu, his son. and Manuhu, so Manu is Vaivaswata. Vaivaswata Manu. This is Vaivaswata Manvantara. So in this Manvantara, the Manu is Vaivaswata, son of Vivaswan. So there are many Manvantaras. This is one Manvantara, where Vaivaswata is the Manu. So Manave Praha Manuhu Ikshvakave Swaputraya Adirajaya Abravit. Manu taught it to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is the Adi Raja, the first king the Surya Vamsha. So Rama was born in the lineage of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha Ramo Nama Janishutaha. Ikshvakave Swaputraya Adirajaya Abravit. So he was the first king, and he received the jnana from Manu. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashtaf parantapa. Evam parampara praptam imam yogam rajarshayaha viduhu. So thus the yoga continued to be transferred from generation to generation through a parampara, a lineage of Guru and Shishya. Parampara praptam, which came down through parampara, which was carried down through parampara, the lineage of Guru and Shishya, Guru Parampara. Imam Yogam Rajarshayo Viduhu. Rajarshis knew. Rajanaschate Rishayascha Rajarshayaha. They were kings. In the meantime, they were rishis also. Therefore, they were called Rajarshis. They were kings. They were ruling the kingdom. They were doing their duty. In the meantime, they were rishis. They had the jnana. Such people are called Rajarshis. They knew Viduhu. They knew this yoga in the past. But in due course of time, Sakale neha mahata, Saha mahata kalena. In due course of time, after a long time, mahata kalena, as the time elapsed, yogaha nashtaha, the yoga was lost. Iha means here, in this world, in this cycle of Srishti. Now it is not there. Now means Dwapara Yuga, almost the fag end of Dwapara Yuga. That is when Krishna was, Arjuna and Krishna were present. So, by that time, the yoga was lost. At least among Rajarshi, the kings. The kings didn't know. So now Krishna is talking about one lineage which started with Vivaswan, etc. The same Vidya he might have taught to other people also. He has taught the same Vidya to Sanaka, etc. Sanaka Sanandanadin Srishtva Nivritti Lakshanam Dharmam Grahayamasa. So, another lineage continued. But that lineage was the sannyasi lineage. Some sannyasis were there. And it might have continued. But then another lineage which was parallelly going on was Rajarshi lineage. That lineage got lost. In due course of time, it gets lost. It is like you keep transferring a basket of fruit from one person to another person, and finally it has to reach somewhere. With the transfer, ultimately, with every step, one person eats one or two fruits. Finally, there is only a basket when it reaches a few people. There is only basket, no fruit. Likewise, it has entropy. Entropy in physics. Entropy means any system has its randomness. The randomness increases. So it got lost. Slowly it got diluted. The loss can happen in various ways. If the guru is very rigid, even then he will not pass on the jnana to next generation. I will teach only when I find a perfect shishya. Then the jnana cannot be given to anyone. He is not ready to give it to anyone. He has kept it a great secret. That is how many vidyas got lost. Like Marma Vidya. Who knows Marma Vidya nowadays? Hardly anyone knows. Marma Vidya means, there are certain sensitive parts in our body. And just put some pressure on the marma and you can do so many things. So, Marma Vidya. And then there are many such secret Vidyas. Most of them got lost because nobody handed over. It was kept too secret. The secrecy was too much. It can be one reason of loss also. Therefore, when you are giving the jnana, don't be a perfectionist. Perfectionist cannot find a proper person to teach. In the meantime, too much of dilution, you give it to everyone. Even then, the knowledge can get lost. because then it doesn't have any value and it gets diluted. The original teaching will get diluted if it is just aired without proper discipline. So there are various reasons why the Vidya gets lost in due course of time. And then the following generation don't have the ability to receive it. Even that can dilute, destroy the Vidya. There is a guru, but there is no Shishya to learn from him, no competent Shishya to learn from him. So Bhashyakara says, the following generations were Durbala and Ajitendriya. They were Durbala, not strong enough to receive the Vidya. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. To receive the knowledge, one should have certain amount of emotional strength. One should be mentally strong up to certain extent. A highly emotional person, emotionally weak person cannot get Atmajnana. And Ajitendriyan, they are Ajitendriya. They don't have mastery over their senses. Even then, they are not fit for Atmajnana. So, that is how it got lost. Even earlier, in the introductory portion, Upadghata Bhashya, he has said, Anushtat dirghena kalena anushtatranam kamodbhavat. How the adharma prevails in the world. Anushtatranam kamodbhavat. The people who are supposed to perform the dharma, when they get enslaved by desires, when they become slaves of the desires, they give up dharma. So a similar thing happened in due course of time. Therefore, yogo nashtaf parantapa, the yoga got lost. Krishna is not talking about today, Dwapara Yuga. Long back, even then similar problem was there. Then Krishna had to revive it. Evam kshatriya parampara praptam imam rajarshayah rajanashchate rishayascha rajarshayah viduhu imam yogam. Evam, in this manner, Vivaswan, Manu, Ikshvaku, etc. Kshatriya parampara praptam, which was carried forward by Kshatriya parampara, the lineage of Kshatriyas, mostly father-son. Father became Guru and son became Shishya in each generation. Imam yogam rajarshayah rajanashchate rishayascha rajarshayah. They were kings and they were rishis. Therefore they are called rajarshayah. Viduhu, imam yogam viduhu. They knew this yoga. Saha yogaha kalena इह महता दीर्घेण नष्टः विच्छिन्न संप्रदायः संवृत्तः हे परंतप सहयोगः the same yoga iha in this world mahata kalena. So in great duration of time, as the time passed, mahata is equal to dirghena, in long time. Nashtaha means vicchinna sampradayah samvrittah. The sampradaya got vicchinna, got broken. Sampradaya means samyak prakarshena diyate iti sampradayah. The manner in which the vision is handed over properly, without distortion and without loss of transfer. It is sampradaya. So sampradaya got broken. One generation knew, the other generation didn't know. Lost. हे परंतप आत्मनः विपक्षभूताः परा इति उच्यन्ते तान् शौर्यतेजोगभस्तिभिः भानुरिव तापयति इति परन्तपः शत्रुतापनः इत्यर्थः. So, Parantapa, Krishna has addressed Arjuna as Parantapa. Bhashyakara explains the meaning of the word Parantapa. Atmanah vipakshabhutaah para iti uchyante. Atmanah vipakshabhutaah. The ones who are in the opposite party of oneself. Vipaksha, opposite party, opposition, means enemies. Vipakshabhutaah, the enemies, they are called paraha. Para means enemies. Tan means the enemies. Paran. Shauryatejo gabhastibhihi bhanuhu iva tapayati. Tapayati, scorches. Shauryatejo gabhastibhihi, with the brilliance of, with the rays of brilliance of valor. Shaurya tejaha. Shaurya, valor, it is the tejaha, the brilliance. Valor itself is the brilliance of a Kshatriya. Its rays, Gabhasti means ray, Rashmi. Shauryatejo gabhastibhihi. Paran tapayati, he scorches. Bhanuhu iva, like the sun. Iti parantapaha. Therefore he is called Parantapa. Paran tapayati iti parantapaha. one who scorches his enemies is called Parantapa. Shatrutapanaha ityarthaha. Parantapa means Shatrutapanaha, one who burns his enemies, scorches his enemies, is called Parantapa. Durbalan Ajitendriyan Prapya Nashtam Yogam Imam Upalabhya Lokancha Apurushartha Sambandhinam. Durbalan Ajitendriyan Prapya Nashtam Yogam Imam Upalabhya. So, in the previous verse, he talked about what happened in the past. But now, at the time of Mahabharata, Bhagavan finds that the yoga is no longer there. No one knows such a Vidya. And why the Vidya was lost? Durbalan Ajitendriyan Prapya. When the Vidya reached Durbala, weaker people who are also Ajitendriyaha, who don't have mastery over their senses, Nashtam Yogam Imam Upalabhya. Then this yoga got lost. Yoga was nashta. Upalabhya, finding it so. Finding that yoga is lost. No one is a jnani nowadays. Nobody knows about Atma, etc. Therefore, Lokancha Apurushartha Sambandhinam, the people in general are Apurushartha Sambandhinaha, means they are not interested in Purushartha, Parama Purushartha. Nobody is really making effort to get moksha, because they don't know the means to get moksha. So people were turning away from moksha. Therefore, Bhagavan thinks that it is a right time to give the same yoga once again to mankind. Therefore, he chooses Arjuna as a nimitta. Arjunam nimitti kritya. Aha! Bhagavan gives the yoga once again. Sa evayam maya tedya yogah proktah puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam saha eva yogaha. The same yoga is ayam, this, which is taught in the previous 2 chapters. Te adya maya proktaha. It is taught by me to you today. Adya. In the beginning, in the first day of Mahabharata war, it is adya. Saha eva puratanaha yogaha. the same old yoga. Ayam yoga. It is this yoga which I have taught you just now. Maya te adya proktaha. It is taught by me to you today. It is not a new thing. The same yoga was taught when I revealed Vedas. Therefore, what he is teaching now is the essence of the Vedas. It is based on the Veda. Therefore, it is valid. One cannot doubt its validity. And why Krishna is teaching it to Arjuna? Why not someone else? Because it is Uttamam Rahasyam. It is a great secret. It cannot be given to everyone. If it is given to everyone, it will lose its value. It will lose its sanctity. Therefore, Bhagavan has chosen the right person. Tvam me bhaktaha sakhacha asi iti maya te proktaha. Since you are my bhakta, you are devoted to me, and you are my sakha, my friend, iti hetoho. Because of this reason, I told it to you. He etad uttamam rahasyam. He, because. Why I had to choose you alone, not everyone? Why it was not taught on microphone? There were so many Akshauhini standing, 11 plus 7. Krishna could have put a microphone and taught Gita to everyone. But he didn't do it. Only Arjuna could hear. Others were just wondering what is going on. Etad uttamam rahasyam. This is a great secret. Only adhikari should receive it. One who is sincere and devoted alone should receive it. Saha eva ayam maya te tubhyam adya idanim yogaha proktaha puratanaha bhaktaha asi me sakhacha asi iti saha eva ayam yogaha. The same yoga, maya, by me, te is equal to tubhyam, to you. Adya means idanim, now, just now. See, the word adya can also mean today, and it can also mean now. Here it means idani, now. Yogaha proktaha puratanaha. The same old yoga. Bhaktaha asi me sakhacha asi iti. So why I told? Because you are my bhakta and you are my sakha, my friend. He is equal to yasmat, because etad uttamam rahasyam. Etad yogaha. Yogaha means jnanam. This knowledge is uttamam rahasyam. It is a great secret. Yogaha jnanam ityarthaha. The yoga meant here is jnanam, atma jnanam, and the means for atma jnana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.